Hi, this is Tracy from GiftBasketappeal, and today I'm going to show you how to make a mini book. So let's get started. A couple of days ago I made a few mini books. They were my first ones, and I did kind of a flip through to show you what it looked like. I was really proud about doing that project, and so I love the way it turned out, and now I'm just addicted to making mini books. So I asked the question, would you like me to show you how? Even though I'm new to making these, I don't mind showing you the best way for me to make them. The wonderful thing about making these books is that I used things that I already had in my stash to create something beautiful. All of the little gems, the flowers, scraps of paper, all of these things were already at my fingertips. I just had to go ahead and put them together and start doing them. So I came up with a simple way, looking at tons of tutorials online. I came up with a simple way that we can make one out of 12 by 12 paper. Okay, so you just need to choose which sheet you want to use from your paper pack. And this one is actually double-sided. So I'm using the signature paper from Colorbok, and it's called Fiesta. And it's got tons of paper. So imagine how many of these little mini books you can make. So all I need is one. And you want to go ahead and cut off this edge right here with the hole in it. So you want to make sure it's a true 12 by 12. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this off because you're not going to need it. But guess what? If I want, I could use this little sliver of paper right here to decorate my book. So making mini books was something I've always been interested in, but never really got the courage up to do it. And so this style of making it just makes it so much more simpler for me. So I'm going to show you. A lot of people use a scoreboard. I don't have a scoreboard, so I'll be folding the paper. And you just have to see what side you want to be your cover. It's just up to you. So there's so much leeway and flexibility in doing these mini books that I think that's one of the things that I love about it too. Okay, so I'm going to, first thing you're going to do is fold this in half. And you want to just make sure you get a good crease. You want to fold it in half because it's going to be a 3 by 3 mini book. Okay, so I folded it in half. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold it again. That will give me the 3 inches that I need. And I saw a lot of tutorials where they did it with a scoreboard. And since I don't have one of those, you know, you always come up with another way to do things. Okay, so I'm going to take my bone folder and just kind of give this a good crease. Okay, so I folded it in half, and then I folded it in half again. So you see, that's what it should look like. So each of these should be 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches. And I know I'm making this as simple as possible because I want you to really get to understand this, because I think once you start, you're going to want to keep making these. Okay, so now the other way, now you're going to fold it again. And like I said, this is just the easiest way for me. So you'll end up finding what your easy way is. But the best thing is to just go ahead and get started. Okay, so let me go ahead and get a good crease on that. And if you don't have a bone folder, it's okay. All right, and then we're going to do it again. So we're doing the exact same thing. This is the open side here, and I'm just folding it up. Because these creases are pretty important in making your book. So this is a good way to use up those packs of paper that you have that you never use. And with the holidays coming up, imagine all of the gifts you can make. Okay, so we're going to unfold it now. And so it looks like this. These little squares are 3 by 3. So that's actually your, um, these 3 by 3s are actually your book pages. So now you're going to cut it. So let me show you what I'm going to do. And I've seen people put it into a paper cutter. I'm not going to do that. I'm more comfortable just kind of cutting it with my scissor. Okay, so what I'm going to do is you're going to cut it up to this point right here on the first side. Okay, so you're on this side here. You're going to cut 1, 2, 3. So let me show you. Because once you get this part down, the rest is just somewhat of a piece of cake. It's all about decorating it after that. So I'm just trying to get close to that line so it stays at that 3 by 3. But like I said, some people did put it in a paper cutter, and you can do that. Okay, so we got the first part cut up to this part here. It's important that you don't cut into that part because it's going to be forming your booklet. Okay, so you got that part, and then I'm going to skip this middle part here and go over here. And I'm going to do the same thing, cutting up to that point. So I'm just cutting right on that creased line. Okay, right to there. Okay, and so we've got now this part here and this part here. Now I'm going to flip it around. And once you do this once, it's so easy. Now I'm going to take, and I flipped it around, I'm going to cut up to this part here and stop right at this edge right here. Okay, so it looks like this now. So you see how that looks? It looks like a letter M. So now you're going to do the folding part. And you just want to make sure wherever you fold is going to be your outside cover. So if I want this part here, this pretty green, to be my outside and my back cover, then you'll fold it a certain way. If you want this side to be your front cover, which I'm still not even sure about it, kind of like that other side though, then this will be, you can fold it a certain way so this can be your front cover, this part right here. If I wanted that to be my front cover, I would fold it like this. So because I am going to fold it this way, I want this part to be my front cover. I kind of like that, although I am liking that too. But I'm going to have this be my front cover, and all the other ones are going to be inside covers. But you'll see once we start folding it. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to start fan folding it. I'm going to fold it like this first. This is going to be my cover. So I'm going to go back and forth, folding it up. And then I'm going to fold it in the opposite direction. Then I'm going to turn it this way, fold it up. So the only way I can describe this is like a fan fold, and folding it in the opposite. So you're just kind of folding back and forth on those creases. So you see what's happening. You're starting to form a book, your spine. And I will make sure I put all of the supplies that I used below to decorate this. But basically you need paper and glue and some gem type embellishments. Okay, so I'm continuing to fold it. All right, this is my front cover. This is my spine right here. Folding again. Folding again. Coming to this edge here, folding it back and forth. Back and forth. When I saw this tutorial done, I couldn't believe it was so simple to do that, to form that book. Okay, back and forth, and there we go. This is the front cover. This is the back cover. Now I actually cut on that crease right there, and that's why it's kind of folded over a little bit, but I'm not worried about that. To me, anything can be kind of cut to fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of cut that off just a little bit. So don't stress if you don't have the correct, like everything is just so neat and correct. I think it's the little mistakes or imperfections that make it a really fun project. Okay, so this is what we have. This is the front cover. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put something on there so I can make sure I remember that that's the front cover. Maybe I'll put a paper clip on there because we're going to start gluing it together now. Another important part. So I'm just putting this paper clip here just so that I remember when I'm gluing that this is my first flap. So when you're gluing them together, which is what we're going to do, this is my cover page. This is the inside page. So you see how the book is forming? Like this. Like this. So we can see that this is where there's the areas that we're going to need to glue to make these stay so it doesn't fall apart. Okay, so hopefully you're still hanging in there with me and this is not too confusing. So this is the front part that opens up. I'm going to glue this part here. So all I'm using is my art glitter glue, and I'm going to glue this down. Okay, so I'm going to glue this part to this part right here. And I'm just kind of looking at it to make sure it's lined up somewhat. Okay, so this is an important part too. So now I have that first page right here is glued down to form our first page of our book. Okay, so I just glued that down. See how the spine is starting to form? And I just want to get very close to there. I want this to be really sealed up good. And this art glitter glue dries very fast and it dries clear. And I've never had any problems of things coming apart when I use this. So this is like my favorite glue. So if you have this type of glue in your stash, please use it. Okay, so I'm still forming my book. I'm actually making another page, and what I'm doing is I'm gluing this down to create the next spine. So I'm working with the back part of the book. Okay, so I just want to really get a good stick on this. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3 pages. So on that other side, we're just gluing everything down. Now, a lot of people, when I watched some of the tutorials, which I thought was a good idea, they had little pockets in here where they didn't glue certain areas. So I'll show you how to do that as we move along. Okay, so I'm working with the back again. Each of these pieces have to be glued together in order for it to work. So I'm going to glue another part here. And the reason why I'm going pretty slow with this part is because I really want y'all to get it. Because once you finish doing this part, everything else is basically up to you, your creation, decorating it, and just doing whatever you want with those books. Okay, so now I'm at this part right here. And see, this is my spine right here. You see how that spine is starting to come together? There's my spine right there. Here's my front cover, just so that we don't get confused. And then I can take this now, if I want to have a pocket like right here. So if I want to have a pocket on this one, all I have to do is glue this part here, basically. This part and this part to make a pocket in the front where you can slide little messages or little gift tags in. So let me show you how we're going to do that. You're just going to go up with the glue here to the edge. And I still have my spine right here. And I'm going to just kind of line that up. And then you have your you have your pocket. Your pocket is going to be, let me just let that dry a little bit before I show you. Okay, so it already dried. Here's your pocket right here. If I would have glued this, then that whole thing would be sealed up. But I'm going to leave a pocket there because you can go ahead and slide little messages in there. And I just think they're really fun to have. Okay, so now we've got, here's our pages. You see how the book is coming together? Everything is getting glued from the back end there. Okay, so here we go again. I'm gluing this here. And I'm folding that right up to the top. You know what, I'm going to put a little bit of glue, a little bit more closer to the edge there because I really want the edge to be sealed. Okay, and folding it right up to the top there. There's my spine coming together. Look how neat that looks. And I noticed that some of it is not lined up all the way, probably because my cut wasn't perfect, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. I could also cut this down a little bit if I want to. Okay, so this is what we have. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other pages so that we are all glued down on here. So basically, you just have to remember where that front cover is. Okay, squeezing that together. And once these are all decorated, they look so cute. And I know some people do larger books, but right now this works for me. I like these mini. I like to start with the smaller stuff, and then you could work your way to the larger things, the more challenging books too. Okay, and I think that's our final page, yep. And I'm just going to stick that together. Just take that clip off so I can really press that in. And I am loving that. So now you've got your book form now. So now basically all you have to do is decorate it. So I'm going to show you now what I do to decorate it. I'm going to start with the inside cover. Let's see how this works. So what I did was I went ahead and got some of my scraps, some of the paper that I've used that I haven't decided what to do with it. So I've got like stuff like this. What I did was I cut them down into like 3x3 papers, even just a slightly smaller than 3x3s, because I noticed when I started to put them in, they were a little bit larger, just barely smaller than a 3x3. And so if I wanted to, I can leave this paper in here for all of the sheets and just decorate them. But I really want to decorate all of these inside. I want to make my own sort of decoration for these. Okay, so what I'm going to do is on that cover, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of start adding my paper in here. So remember, this is our front cover right here. Let me just show you how I would add in some of these. And I want my book to be really colorful, which is why I'm using all of this paper, all of these different colors. I just feel like it'll be just so much more artsy like if I put my own paper in here. And then I'm just kind of applying it right in there, right up to the edge. And see, now you've got it. Not only does it make your book a little bit sturdier, but it also makes your book more decorative. So your pages will be really nice and sturdy too. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this one here. Okay, and I don't really need like I don't want it to be so like matching, like every page matching, but if you want to, you could do that. It's up to you. That's the nice thing about making these mini books, is that it can be however you want it to be. Okay, see, that's my cover right there. And so now I've got 2 of the pages covered, and this gives it a certain sturdiness. And I'm going to decorate the outside of this and show you how to do that as well. Let's go to another page. And I'm more than likely going to leave like one of these pages the way it is without putting something over it, because I really, this paper is real pretty also. And I think I'll just leave this one like that. And so you kind of get it, you know, just go and just cut out a bunch of papers and then just apply them to your book. This one has, this is going to be 14 of these you'll need to decorate your entire book from front to back, if you decorate every page or cover it. But imagine all of the stuff that you can do with these 3x3 papers, all those little scraps that you have. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my other papers, glue them in real good, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so the inside of our book is all covered. I put all of our decorative sheets in there that I wanted to, so that it would look colorful, because I want it to be real artsy. See, just pieces of paper just coming together, and each page different. If you want to do a matching theme, you can go right ahead. There's so much flexibility in doing this. I had 2 strips of paper, and I just took them and cut them and put something at the top and something at the bottom, and I'm going to go back and decorate this. And that's our back cover. So you see how fun this is when it starts to come together? The spine is still intact, looking good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate the outside, and I've got this 99-cent ribbon that I got from, I think, Walmart or something. I have lots of thin ribbons, and to me this is a really good way to use up those thin ribbons that you have in your stash. So I'm going to decorate the outside of our book, just trying to make that a little bit more even. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I want this to kind of decorate that top part there, and I want it to go all the way around like this, just like that, and end about there. I'm just kind of cutting that back, so I want it to extend all the way around the back there, like that. I just thought that would be a nice addition to the book. So you see how creative you can get with these? I did the same thing with this book right here, and just wrapped it around with some ribbon. That's the back part, and then just came right across the front and went underneath my little embellishment here. So to get this attached, all I did was just put some glue. I used my art glitter glue, and it worked fine. And I didn't put any on the spine. I just wanted to put it on the front and the back part. And I've got glue on my hands, of course. And that once that's adhered on there, I can kind of cut it down. And these cutter bee scissors are getting a really good workout. These are like the perfect scissors for little projects like this. And I will post these below as well. I love these scissors. Okay, and then I'm going to run another one right along here. So you see already our book is coming together. It's looking really neat. And I'm just trying to give you as much details as possible. That's why this video is going to be a bit longer. And I like the longer videos because I get to share more with you. Okay, and look how pretty that is. And don't be afraid to try different things with these. Decorate them the way you want. There's no rules, and don't think about it too much. Once you get it already in place, you have it all intact. That's probably the only part you have to think about, is that folding part. But once you get everything intact and your book is in place, you can just have fun. Just go for it. We got planes flying overhead in this video. It's got all kinds of stuff happening here. Okay. I'm just going to give this a little bit of time to dry, and then we will move on to decorating that outside cover, like in here needs something. Okay, so once this is dry, you see how that's opening? It works fine, just like that, and you have enough leeway for that to open and close. So I wasn't sure how it was going to work until I tried it, so don't be afraid to experiment. So now we just have to pick out what embellishment I want to put on that cover there. Let's see. I've got a bunch of these embellishments that I've made, some from previous videos and some I just kind of made behind the scenes. And look how adorable these are. These embellishments, if you haven't seen a previous video of mine, I'll post that video on how I made these. These are cereal boxes, and all I did was used scrap paper and covered them. So you see the back of that? So I will post that video on how I use the cereal boxes to make these embellishments. And so this one has like a Dollar Tree sticker on it. Look how pretty that looks on there. I also like to put messages on my books also. So look how cute. I'm really liking this one too. Like the way that stands out. And this is a Dollar Tree sticker. Those Dollar Tree stickers, if you haven't scooped a bunch up yet, you really need to. You see, but you can do so many things with these covers. I could use some of them that don't have that raised up embellishment on it. I could use some of these on the inside also. So there's just so many things you can do with all those embellishments. I really like this right here. Let's see. And I don't want to be thinking about this too much. But I really like the way that looks. Let's see what this one looks like. And I know some of you are probably yelling through the screen right now. Look at that one. That's adorable too. It's got the thinking of you on it. Kind of like that green on green. And this one has the pearls on it. So I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm going to go with this one. I kind of like the way it has that lace and it's like the flower in the window. And all this is scrapbook paper. Crafting does not have to be expensive. You don't have to have every single tool. I try to buy the things that I'm actually going to use like all the time, and the other stuff it'll come at a later date. Look how adorable that is. Let me let you get a close-up of that. So cute. And so that's how you just decorate the front. And that's how I did these. I just add to it. And the nice thing is I've been going back over several days and just decorating, adding more stuff to it. Okay, so let me just put these out of the way. And I'll be sure to post that video of how I make these embellishments, because these are fun to make too, and you can make a bunch of them like in a weekend. Okay, so now I have to decide. If you hear me reaching over here, it's because I have lots of stickers and stuff that I'm going to use to decorate some of the pages. Lots of my Dollar Tree stickers, Walmart stickers, just a little bit of everything. Just trying to make sure you can see a bunch of this stuff here. I also have some papers that I'm going to put in the book too. Let me just show you those. So I'm just trying to give you as many ideas as possible. These were, because I do card making, these are just part of the stamps that I use. And these are actually from May Made It stamp set. some of these sayings. So I just kind of stamped them out, stamped out images from previous stuff that I could use in the book. All of this stuff here, just to give you an idea. And then I can cut more scraps. What happens is once you do a project like this, you still have scraps of tiny paper. So you see all of this? All of this can be used to decorate the inside of your book. Let me just put that here, so I'll be needing that. And I'm going to take you through a couple of pages to show you, if you're still hanging on here with me, because I'm really trying to inspire you to do this. I think you'll really, really enjoy this type of crafting. Let's see what else I have here. More Dollar Tree stickers. You can cut them up, pull them apart, do whatever you want to do. Just because they look a certain way doesn't mean you can't manipulate them and do something with them. Like this one right here. I like the way this looks. I already took something off of here, so I'm just going to cut this down. And this is a sticker, so the nice thing is you could use this for something else. So there might be another page that I could use that on. So I'm going to go ahead and take this little sign, "You Make Me Happy." I just cut it up, and I'm going to put a little bit of art glitter glue on it, just to give it a little bit more of an adhesive on there. And then I just start putting stuff in my book. Messages of positivity, positive affirmations. You make me happy. I just start putting things in there. It doesn't have to be all matched up. Matter of fact, let me show you what I'm going to do. See this little banner or flag? Just going to take that and start gluing it. And the nice thing is that everything doesn't have to match. Once you take away that thing of everything doesn't have to match, everything goes so much faster and smoother, and it all comes together. So I'm just taking pieces of paper. Here's one that has the hole in it, right? Let's see. Make a little banner. Just start cutting everything up. All those little tiny pieces of paper that are just sitting around. Cut that a little bit shorter. And if you have a friend that's going through stuff, or if you just want to make something. I made my first two for my daughters, and a couple more. My mom, my sister. I said, oh my goodness, they would really appreciate something like this. See, I'm just going to go ahead and start putting stuff together here. I think that looks pretty. And the nice thing is that there's space for them to write in here. If they want to get a marker and do some doodling and adding to it, they can. If you want to write in here, you might want to write some messages to someone that's going through stuff. And you see, I'm not doing a whole lot with this, but you can fill this up very quickly. I'm just putting a little bit of stitching in here just to make it stand out a little bit. And I think I'll put some around here. So you could do anything you want because it's your book. And whoever you give it to is going to be, they're just going to be just so happy because you took the time to make something so special and so personal. And each one is different. None of these are exactly alike. And so you see, that's how I start to decorate the pages. And then I could put other stuff from other projects that I've done. See if I want to put this here. It doesn't match, but that's fine. Here's one that I had, and I just kind of cut it out. I stamped on one of the papers with one of my stamps, and then I just kind of used it And you can put some writing in here, or the person can make a list. Might put that right there. See, and look, the other side is decorated too. Isn't this is just awesome. I'm really loving this. So I know you have those scraps that you've been saving and just holding on to. You don't have to do that. Go ahead and use them. This is the perfect thing to use it for. And this is just one scrap of 12 by 12. 12 by 12 sheet of paper. And imagine you got a pack of 50, you can make about 50 of these all through the year, and then give them out at Christmas or birthdays. You all know how I love my stitching. I know. As you can fill up space however you want. Like this right here. I can take this, my Copic. I'll just put this back on here. I have stuff all over my desk. And I can take this and just kind of shade this in just lightly. Just to give it a little bit of a border. Very lightly. So each one of these is like having your own little art canvas. I am loving that. Okay, on to the next page. So you see how we're moving through this? I am so thankful. I could put this right here. And there are so many embellishment videos, embellishment ideas, how to make your own embellishments on Pinterest also, tons of embellishments. I think a Christmas themed mini book would be nice. Let me know if that's something that you're interested in. I think that would be really pretty. But you can have themes, you can do a birthday book, you could do a book for the kids, for a baby shower. Okay, see, that looks pretty. I like that. Let's see. So I got this little gift tag. I had some little paper left over, and I made this mini gift tag. And let's put a pocket in here. I think that would be nice. Yeah, let's put a pocket in there. Let's see, so I need one of these scrap papers here. See, remember, I'm not matching everything up either. I'm just going to go ahead and grab some paper and just do it. You know, I always say don't think about it, because that's the hardest thing, is not to think. So you're pondering over one little project for so long, and then to me, it's just not fun anymore. Okay, so I'm going to put a little pocket in here. See how I can do this. Let's see. Put the top back on there. I like that dark flower, so I'm going to use this again, just along the top here. Put a little bit of stitching on there. Of course, my stitching is a little bit wacky there, but it'll work. Trying to make it kind of look like a pocket. And I'm going to just put some glue just right around here, across the bottom, and right along this part here. And that's how I'm going to put that pocket in there. Give that a little bit of time to dry. And then I could actually, if I want, I could add my coffee cup in there. Oh, that's a good idea. See? All these ideas coming together. Okay. So I'm going to just kind of let that dry a little bit before I put anything in there. Okay, and then I have this one here, and I'm just going to take my marker here. And so you're just you're taking everything that you like to do and you're just adding it into one book. All the different techniques that you might not be able to use for another project, you can use it on this project. And I found myself coming back day after day, just kind of adding more stuff to these books. I mean, really just adding stuff, you know, just coming back and saying, ooh, this will look nice in here. Maybe I'll do one of the pages like this. I'll show you how I got that in there, what I used. You could add bling to it, sparkles, gems. It's endless. The possibilities are endless. Okay, let's see what I got there. I'll leave that like that for now. I'll come back to it. That's the nice thing about doing this. Okay, so what I did with this, let's see, I'll use this side. Let's go here. So maybe something like that. Okay, so all I did was, my friend Melanie sent me these paper doilies, and aren't they just adorable? I decided to cut them and add them to my project. See how that is? Yep. Okay, so all I'm going to do is put some glue on there, and I could put it in the inner page, outer page. Also, if you want, you can use this extra strength craft bond. I use these on a lot of my cards, the napkin cards, a lot, but you can use it to do this project too. I tried it out and it actually worked. But this art glitter glue is definitely a winner. Okay, and then I'm just going to just put that down on here. And so I just add another dimension to this page. I'm trying to cut where you can see it, but there we go. And isn't that so cute? I am really loving that. Just adding those little bits of things to these. And let's see, I'm going to show you how I would add some washi tape in here. This is going to be a really colorful book. I really like this argyle print. I'm just going to take this and go right down the middle there. And this is from Dollar Tree washi tape. Pin that in there. Yep. So you see, you get to use every little thing. You just add more color to your spine. You just want to make everything look fun. And let's see what else I have here that I can add in. A warm smile, a cozy hug, and something yummy in a mug. And that's from that's the Cup of Stamp set I did this on. And then from May Made It. And then I just colored it in. Just had fun coloring it in. How pretty that is. I like the purple. Put it up here in the middle. Let's see, I want more of that lace to be showing on here, so. And I should have probably even cut this little piece out, but it's okay. So yeah, my cup doesn't have to be straight. If you want it to be straight, then you can make it straight. Okay, let's move on to another page here. Oh, let's see if our pocket is dry. And yep, it's dry. We can put this in here. Just slip that in there. Okay, or we can slip our tag in there. Just so much you can do with these. And if I want, I can stamp a message on there too. So you got so many different things you can do with these. And we made a pocket. Let's go back and find that other pocket right here. This is the one we made at the beginning. And so something else can go in there too. I can slip that in there just like that. And then you have a little tag in there. Oh, that fits perfectly. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do one more page on here, and then I will skip through and come back and let you see what it looks like. So let's see what we got here. I mean, you can spend all day doing this. This is the perfect weekend project. Okay, I like this. I need an outline on here though. Sing this song in your heart. So all those stamps that you have, just take your scrap paper and stamp out a bunch of these little messages and signs and things and use them in your projects. So I like to kind of go back and forth with each page. Like that. And let's see what else we can add to this. You can cut away pieces of paper. Let's see, I got some scrap right here. Let's see, I think this will make it fun. Let's see, find my scallop scissors here. Okay, so I've got a lot of stuff that I used on here. Remember, you're just trying to use up your scraps. You're using up all of those colorful scraps. And I'm just giving this a little bit of a banner there. And that part that's sticking out, grab your scissors and just cut away any of those parts that are sticking out like that. Okay, and I think I'm going to go back and put some more stuff in here. Let's see, how about some hearts? I think a heart would be good on this page just because these are my, I can't remember if these would, I think those are Dollar Tree hearts, I'm not even sure. All those stickers we have. Just make it fun. And so I may go back and put a banner around here. I'm going to do this page, and then I'm going to continue decorating this, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like on here. I like this Be Yourself. I think that might go on the front page of this. Let's see. Kind of like it right there. Yep. See how this is just coming together? See, and I can see I'm going to have to go back and get some of those other pages in there. I can use this, You Rock. But let's see if I have, I'll put some larger stitchings on this one. For some reason, the bordering on these really bring it out a lot. And let's see if we could put some on here too. See how artsy that page looks? Slightly going over that with my marker. And I know a lot of people, I've seen where people distress the edges of their books. So that's just another thing you can do. And I am loving the way this is turning out. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and decorate a few more pages, and then I'm going to come back and do a quick flip through for you. Okay, so I decorated this as much as I can without going overboard, and I might just go overboard and do even more stuff, but look how cute that cover looks. I added some of my sticker hearts to this, and just to give it a little bit more of a stick, I did put the art glitter glue on there. And so let's go ahead and flip through. I put the sign Be Yourself, and then I put some scalloped edges using my Copic marker. You can use a permanent marker. Any black marker will do. And then that opening page with You Make Me Happy. So it just all depends on how you want your book to be, what style you want it to be. I like the colorfulness of this. I didn't want it to be just one color. And so as we flip through, I did put some gems in there. And this is kind of still drying a little bit with the message, Keep the Faith. Put one of my flags type things, banner type things in there. And put some stitching in there because that's what I like. And then I had this sign that I stamped out from another stamp set and then just put it over another piece of paper to decorate it. And so look how adorable that is. You can put these pockets in all of them if you want and just slip something in there. That's for my tea drinkers or coffee drinkers. And then I have a little message here, I am so thankful, and with the flowers that were cut out from a stamp set and then I put it on one of the embellishments. So all those cereal boxes that you have, you can make something out of it. And then I did do some stitching up here. I put a little black border using my Sharpie, and then I just took my gel pen. This is a really good tool to have. This Signo Uniball gel pen. I'll put the link to this. This is a really good tool to have. I love it and I use it all the time. And then I stuck some of the little stickers from Dollar Tree or Walmart. I can't remember, but use those stickers. If you go to that sticker section, you need to get some to have for your stash. And then this one, I put a little message, so thankful. And I just shaded these little messages in, even though they're on white paper. I just took my Copic, like the really light ones, and just shaded them in just to give it a little bit more color so it's just not that white. And then I added my little sticker hearts, and then I add a little squiggly line for the steam for your coffee or tea or hot cocoa. And then this one is a page with "You're in my prayers," if you want to give the person a reminder that you're praying for them. And then right in here was where that pocket was. And you could decorate the pocket if you want, the tag, or you can let them decorate it also. I think this would be really cool for like a crafting party at someone's house. You just make all of these things, get all your scraps out, and you don't have to pay for supplies because you already have the stuff there. But I think this is a nice way to get together and just kind of decorate and do something special and beautiful. And this page, I might go back and add something else in, but I might leave this as a writing space in here. And I just put the word strength in there. I love those words. And then my little teacup there, or coffee cup. And all I did to get these little borders around here, let me just show you. I just took my Copic, and you can take a Sharpie. To me, the Sharpie just makes the border stand out. And I just usually do that in black. And so all I do is just gently trace along that area there, just to give it a little bit of a border, just a gentle border to kind of add to that page. And so I did that for these too, just right around the edges. It just does something to bring it out just a little bit more. And another embellishment that I had made. I can make these all day long, and the nice thing about these is I just use what I have. So just challenge yourself to use what you have. More stickers again in here. Now I have more stickers than I thought I had. I didn't think I had a lot. When I started pulling them out, I realized I have a lot of stickers. So whenever you see those stickers in Walmart or Dollar Tree or wherever, just get them. And a lot of times they have them in a little discount spot. Okay, sing the song in your heart. You know, just nice messages of happiness and joy. You rock, another affirmation. Here I put just the word joy. I put a little squiggly border on here using my gel pen, my white gel pen. So that's always nice if you have dark paper. I might go back and maybe do something with this. I'm not sure. But who knows, tomorrow I might add something else in there. And this I might put some lined paper, just cut a little thing of lined paper, and then you can write, you know, someone could write their wishes in there. Or if they have a gel pen, a white gel pen, they can write some stuff in there too. Just right on the black, the dark paper. And then don't hide in the storm, dance in the rain. And that's I just put a little scallop border on here using my pink Copic marker. Now it doesn't look pink to me, it looks orange, but that's because I did it on colored paper. And then I put a little bit of a border right around it, just slightly. And then I decorated this. This was just white paper, and I decorated it with green, you know, just little green dots to fill in. And then I put the little hearts in there. So those hearts are really coming in handy. And then on the back, I can use this to do like a to from message, or just make a brief message to someone, write them something special in there. and that's like the last page. So that's always nice to have that in there. And that's the back cover. And you could decorate the back cover too if you want. So there's so much you can do with this. I really hope this inspired you. I was really hoping to make sure I gave you enough information to get your stuff, your mini book started. This right here is Dollar Tree ribbon for the fall, and that's how I ended up making this book that says courage in it. And I'm just going to flip through it real quick. I did that same thing with the ribbon, just wrapping it right around, and you see how that's just intact. The spine is just really neat, and I thought it went really well with this scrapbook paper on here. And this is another one of those embellishments. And so if you can see this, I took one of the signs from one of the stamp sets, one of the stamps, and just stamped it out. I put borders on here, put a little saying, I've got no strings to hold me down. You know, just uplifting, encouraging stuff. Once upon a time, story time. And this one isn't done. I can go back and put more stuff in here. More things. Get all of those stamps out and just start creating. This is another stamp set that I made into a flower. I do have a video tutorial for that, how I did that using one of the May Made It stamp sets again. A Dollar Tree sticker. I just popped a gem on top of that, a little tea kettle, and then I put the steam coming out. And of course, you see my borders on there. I can't help it. And then this is a You Rock page. And you notice the colors, I'm not going in any kind of color coordinating. I'm just making each page as individual artwork. So really have fun with this. I know this was a longer video, but I did want to give you as much stuff so that you can just go ahead and get started. Have fun with this. This paper I've had for like maybe 2 years now, and I'm so glad I can just use it to make something. I've made this, I use this in a gift tag also recently, but just trying to get rid of all of that stuff we hold on to. Why not give it away? And I think this is the perfect gift. Okay, another sticker from the cupcake sticker from Walmart. Yep. And then I got sweet on here with a little message. They could write something in here. So you can make this a writing journal. You don't have to fill up the whole page. It's just up to you. And then there I put another tag on top of paper, a dark piece of paper, and it just works. And then on here I have, and they lived happily ever after, the end. And I just thought that was so pretty to end with. And this right here is washi tape. Yep, that's washi tape from the Dollar Tree. So all those little crafty items that you see, you can use them in your mini book. And that's the end. And so I hope this inspired you. I'm going to be making a lot more of these, I can tell. They're very addicting, and it's a really relaxing craft to do. I know I said that before, but it really is, especially if you don't think about it. Just use each one as an art piece. And who wouldn't love to have something like this? So I hope this encouraged you to go ahead and get started. Do your mini books, get that scrap paper out, get all your stuff out, all those pieces of paper. Look, I have pieces of paper in bags. Little tiny pieces that I know I'm going to use later on. So I have a lot more books to make, a lot more stuff to create. So thank you so much for watching this video. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and please, please, please go ahead and subscribe if you'd like to join our crafty family. And I will see you real soon. Bye.